Ryan.
I have down.
All right. So sit down, relax. I want to work on Monday. We did a lot of brainstorming. Okay, like it was a small class because everyone's dead from Saturday, and people started asking questions and different things. Like they asked what to do to get out of closed guard. They asked, you know, different passing styles. What's something that you guys honestly think that you need to work on?
I got one of them figured out, but I can't figure out the other one.
We need to use Dylan and myself and Ryan. Probably the three people with the most knowledge.
That's the one I can't figure out how to get out of 50.
So which, get out of 50-50?
Yeah, so like with the outside legs.
We're going to be up here in a minute. You ready? We're going to show the 50-50 escape that we did.
I worked on the, I did one, how much, where it's foot on the hip. I wasn't quite good. The one with the outside legs, I can't figure out.
Your knee's good? Yeah. It doesn't really take any knee to show. Just kind of what you're doing. Yeah. So think about these things right now because it's important. Look, there's no wrong questions except for saying something stupid. That's more addressed to the kids that want to say something stupid or smart afterwards.
So I put this foot over here like that to guard the heel, and I'm grabbing this because if he can get his knee on the inside, I'm going to be losing. So I'm grabbing this, and then from here, I'm going here. And they're going to go underneath mine over here and grab his hip. And just keep the pressure. And from here, I'm going to go 2-1 hip and stack them. And when I get to the point, it's here.
It's okay, what if he's already, what if he's getting off the leg and he's got to start?
So if I don't, but here?
You're saying it's already healed.
Yeah, like if he's already, like he's getting it ready, yeah. Like
Okay, well obviously we got to address that. We're going to try to fight in the hands. Slide all the way up to the bicep. So you're going to start at the wrist and go up to the bicep so you don't miss it. And once you get that, you're going to go straight toes like that. See how my foot's kind of like this? See it? Just kind of hiding it more, right? And I'm turning away, and from here I'm grabbing this.
The biggest thing is you gotta get that heel under them.
If I keep that like that, right.
I want to get it. I gotta get that heel under him. Under him. And expose their heel.
And then from there I'm still doing this.
Just do that tactical stand up from there.
So, I've been working that recently and I've had a lot of success with it. I have been missing getting the arm in, mostly because like guys my size are really quick. But still backing up has given me a lot of success.
That's what I've been doing to backing up.
Like once you step around and you start stacking them, you just got to get your knee clear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is there any other part of that you can see?
Okay, what about from like the figure four, inside figure four to the how do I get on that?
What you're saying where we have 50-50 and then they lock figure four their legs?
Yeah, like just the same.
Well, he was saying that you don't necessarily want to do that, right?
He said, well, what Craig Jones says is it's teach their own, but if you cross your legs, you're more susceptible to a toe hold.
Whereas like if you go straight, he wanted to play like he was showing you earlier. He was playing this more, right, than playing this.
That
means that for
I can come over here, boom.
Get that toe hold, and you're blocking it with your own foot. Like he's got the leverage naturally because his foot blocking it from rolling, and then toe hold.
Because he can't go anywhere now.
Alright, so just pointing them out.
So I've noticed by doing it this way, it's giving me a lot more like ability to hide my legs, and I feel like more strength to come up, more like pressure to put his leg down. One thing this gives us hip mobility.
One thing I was doing is where you stretch the legs all the way out, rolling my hips, turning my hips inward to make them come up and exposes their heel instantly.
Oh, okay.
Even if their feet are pointed, you still get that heel exposed. So when you pinch, yeah, right there.
This doesn't expose his leg. It actually allows him to bend. So, but when it's down the other way, like you said, right? When here, it makes it where he can't turn that leg into me.
He's already kicking my heel upward. So I can't turn my heel back now because I got to fight my one leg's fighting his two legs.
Because I'm straightening this, which is pinching this. Essentially, it's this leg pinching this leg out.
Yeah.
So that you're exposing the heel. So, but the stand-up part has been good. As far as coming up, stacking until your knee line clears. So,
Going backwards around.
it depends if you want to try to like chase his back, right, and like drop the knee on top, right, or if you want to expose and get the foot right out, depending on what he's doing.
One thing I did forget to say is when you're getting that leg out to hold the legs, if you don't and you're good at it, you're just going to throw them right back in. And then you're back to square one, you know what I'm saying?
You're saying control, keep it.
Yeah, on the hand too, when I'm going forward.
All right, what else, guys? Think about something. It can be from anywhere. It can be getting out of a position. It can be finishing a position. It can be doing a transition. Getting out.
Can go back. What? I was saying, go from that. How are you going to finish that if they start to roll? If the legs pointed out like that.
How are you going to finish which part?
Finish the heel hook, and he kicks over and tries to roll, like how they roll out of it. Is it just? I mean, you just going to be able to hold that?
You're saying if I'm here and I get the heel hook,
Yeah.
and then he wants to just roll out.
That's the new scam. Just the audio. We could just do an audio one or an audio recording. It's better than having nothing at all.
So why are you struggling to get out of side control?
I don't know if I'm letting them settle too much or what.
So from where? Like
From
Tyler
if Tyler's got me inside.
Think about these things right now, if you guys.
So when I'm right here, I don't know if I'm just feeling too comfortable being lazy, but when I get here and I get starting my shoulders smashed, and I feel like I can't get my hips like rotated out.
So first, I think this grip's too shallow.
Too shallow?
Right? Like this grip needs to be here.
So I need to get higher up on the shoulder blade area?
Right? So that your blade is right on his neck, and this needs to be under his jaw. It should fit under his jaw.
So I need my elbow under. So I was worried about the elbow being too high up and him rotating over.
Well, you're thinking about the arm triangles.
Yes.
Correct. And that's the thing that in no gi compared to gi is going to be a huge factor.
Yeah.
Right? In the gi, you can just grab his shoulder right here and that can prevent. In no gi, you have to be more aware.
Yeah.
Right? What's he doing right now with his hands?
He's collapsing.
So if his hands come off, then that's something you have to be aware of, right?
Yeah.
So if right now you don't have to worry about him putting you in an arm triangle because it's impossible.
Yeah.
You only have to worry about, and this is how you guys have to think about your jiu-jitsu, right? When can he attack certain things and when can he not, right? If his arms are holding together, well, there's no way he's going to magically pop an arm triangle on you.
No.
So your frames are good. It's when he has to let go of that grip, which is then going to let go of pressure, which is then going to allow you to move. So those are like two things that I think when you guys are in these bad positions to think about. Okay. First, you need to have your frame better. So scoot over real quick. Tyler, side control. Right? So I want to be like here.
So more elbow in the jaw line.
So that way he can't put pressure down on me. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like I'm clamping on here. There's no way that he can shoulder pressure me. Right?
Yeah.
So the more shoulder pressure he puts on me, the more it hurts him.
Yeah.
Okay? And the more that I can open up his jaw.
And when you open his hips up so you can get your hips.
So the other thing is this into his hip, right? This needs to do this, right? Like here. See how much, so now he closes that space in, right? He tries to move his hips closer.
Yeah.
Okay? This frame is supposed to be pushing his leg out, and I need to be scooting. He wants to bring his elbow to his knee, right?
Yeah.
So here, right?
Yeah.
See how much space is here?
Yep.
So here, right?
Yeah.
Here, depending on where you want to come from.
I should work my frames better.
So
I feel like once I get a little bit of space, I'm okay, but just getting to that space.
I think everybody messes up that initial frame where it needs to be on the neck correctly.
I didn't need to. I never thought about holding that out like that because that like really stops me from
Yeah,
doing
because
that.
so I mean, just think about it like this, right? This frame right here, everyone frames off this, the bone, right? So Tyler, if I frame here like this, which is the traditional frame that everyone shows, his body is going to be 100% stronger than my wrist. So when he smashes me down here, like I'm stuck. It doesn't matter how strong I am, I can't budge it at all. There's no way that I'm going to get it free because he's controlling it right here, which is where everyone frames. Okay? But as soon as I control it here, it has nothing to do anymore. There's no strength. He's just literally trying to push his neck through a bone. Right? So now I can feel him pushing, and it's hurting him more than it's hurting me. All right? So preferably I want to be right here, but depending on their size, anywhere on this bone, their neck's not going to break your bone. But their neck can outstrength the muscle in your wrist easily. So if your wrist is feeling like the pressure's coming in here, it's not going to work. It's got to be here, and then it doesn't feel like there's strength at all. And then if he goes to push my elbow, right, I need to keep it down in the pocket so he can't push that up. Does that make sense? Yeah. Then this comes out and it pushes this way so that I'm opening this space right here or swimming this out here, just depending on what I want to do with it. Any other questions? What's up?
How do you finish a Darce choke?
How do you finish a Darce choke? Jeez, Tristan should be here, right? If you have Tristan's arms, you don't even have to lock the leg.
I got smitten like 6 times.
All right, let's see. Who do we need to use for the Darce? You want to use Tyler? Good man. All right.
So, I like getting him from half guard. Started it from half guard, and then pressuring up on you, he's pushing up on me, framing up. This hand, I need to pop it across. So I collapse that shoulder down. I grab the back of the head and I take my elbow to the back of his head. And where I push his head down deeper, and I can finish it in half guard still.
Dang, that's tight.
So I need to make sure this arm is collapsed across and he can't get it back into here. If I can collapse it here and I grab the back of his head, my arm is going to be stronger to pull him down. So I'm pulling here and then pushing down so I can get my hands. That's how you finish your Darces. To fully finish, if I get my hip fully out, I need to push down with my chest as I'm trying to grab his lap.
Typically, you want to try to control a leg so they can't run away.
Not half guards.
Standing. What about from sprawl?
Sprawl. He's talking about
From sprawl. So same thing. If he sprawls out, I need to whatever arm. If I go, my arm is going towards the bicep. That's more of an anaconda choke. So I got it rolling. So if I go, my arm is going to go across and dumping holes. Now when I sprawl out, I push my chest in. Sorry.
help.
Does that make sense?
So look, these are the things, right? Well, I want to start doing a little bit more of this. If you guys like this, if you guys hate it, tell me, right? We can keep doing something else and go a different direction. But I want to think about brainstorming like this for 15, 20, 30 minutes, right? And then spend 20 or 30 minutes drilling this stuff, right? So you pick, okay, I like the side control escape, I'm going to drill that. I like the dart stuff, I'm going to drill that. And then we really got to work on drilling and be more efficient. I feel like as an academy, we don't really drill. We do it a couple times, then we try to go to the next thing, right? And the high-level people that are winning are drilling it thousands of times, right? It's really not until I've done, like when I do my drills, it's somewhere around 7,000 that I really start understanding the mechanics of it, right? Like when I was...
Yeah, I remember like when I was in high school wrestling, like double legs were a month. I mean, it was a month of double legs before we moved on. So it's like muscle memory by the time you hit that. I mean, a month of double legs 5 days a week, you know double legs by the end of it. So that's, I've said that to these guys in here before. Like I feel like we move through things so fast, I can't retain it. You can hit it that day, but then.
And that's what I'm referring to, like as notes. Like where are we heading to from one step to the next? Like how does week one combine with week two and just turn it into like a step system? Yeah. Like okay, we're doing a takedown. What's next? Pass and guard. What's next? Just continuing the steps from takedown to dominant position to submission.
Look, if you guys want to get a whiteboard,
there's one right behind you. Same thing with your phone.
if you want to use it, all right, I don't care. Like I'm great with if we want to start creating a certain structure, right? And you want to come up together with a game plan every week, and I can like, okay, Chad, we're going to start with takedowns this week, but next week we want the takedowns to lead into guard passing or back chasing or whatever, I'm perfectly good with that, right? I just need some help from the people that want to see that happen.
Yeah.
So,
also, it's just people can't be here like every single day.
right,
You know.
that's the other part. That's the thing that I really struggle with. I could teach something, right? But I don't know who's here this Tuesday.
Yeah.
So then I start losing track of who's learned what, who's seen what, who knows what, and then I get mind blown when I'm like, well, I just taught that for 3 weeks, but oh, someone's on vacation. They completely missed it. So
just having like a ledger with what we're going over certain days. Like, oh, we went over this day. If you missed it, you can look it up because obviously you're not going to be going back for every individual person. They can do that research on their own time, and just so they have an idea of where we're at. You know.
So we've got what so far tonight? We've got 50-50 escape. We've got side control escape. We've got the DARS. What's one more thing?
Passing close guard.
Passing.
Yeah.
That's a good one actually. I went over that yesterday.
No, waves by.
Oh, thought you were throwing out 3 points like Tyler to the ref when the ref had to put the guy back down. Who is it? Your cousin or your who do I hang out with?
Who do I hang out with?
Who's that?
My uncle.
Yeah, you didn't even tell him all your stuff.
Oh, he didn't know?
No, about the cans. He didn't even know that you choked that guy unconscious and he attacked the ref.
I sent him a picture.
He was all mind blown. All right,
Like, who's this joke?
let him. He's my size. You're not. It doesn't work on Ryan.
What are you saying, Chad? What are you trying to say?
Well, in my heart, we're the same size. All right, close down. All right. There's a bunch of different ways to do close guard, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a couple different things. One, I don't think people back up enough, right? Does that make sense? Like, I feel like when people get in close guard, they stay here and they attack this close guard trying to escape it, okay? And you have to think about it like this. Right now, his knees are behind his hips. Does that make sense? If his knees are here, right? Like, I can feel his legs kind of already shaking right here, right? A little bit. Like, they're just kind of annoyed. They're not comfortable. Would you agree?
I'd rather get you closer.
Right. So as soon as his knees come here, right? Now I don't feel his legs shaking back here anymore. It's almost like he's comfortable. He wants to keep my weight forward. That's how he controls my posture. And the knees with your hips or in front of your hips are the strongest. As soon as your knees come behind your hips, now you're using muscles you don't want to engage. Okay? So I want to constantly, no matter where it is, whether I'm controlling his armpits, his ribs, his hips, I don't like to put my hands on the mats, but if you're going to, right, I just want to constantly be backing up, okay? I constantly want to be bringing his knee line further away from his hips. So then what's he going to do? He's going to chase me, right? He's going to keep following, and I'm going to keep backing up, and he's going to keep following. And that doesn't take any strength on my part to do, to just keep moving backwards, okay? But I want to keep his knees out, extended, because his legs are going to get tired, okay? So the one thing that I want to think about doing is I'm going to put my hand on his hip. In the gi, it's nice because you can grab the gi and you can lock your hand in. In no gi, you have to be aware of your posture and your base at all times. Okay. At the same time, you don't want to do this and then this. Okay. So when I put my hand on the hip, all right, I'm going to put my knee into his butt. Why? So that he can't keep following me. Okay. See how my knee and my arm are in line together? Okay. My knees here, my hands here on his knee. I'm going to step back. Look. How when I put my waist between his legs, how easy it is to pop that open, okay? And his legs are already shaking because they've been extended to a point they don't want to be extended to, okay? So it's me pushing down, but I want my whole body to push down on it, okay? Everyone tries to do this, and that doesn't work. Why? Most times because they're pulled in like this, and they're trying to push this down at their strongest point, okay? While getting their base offset. What happens when I step back and I put the knee behind his butt and I do like a posture up, knee on belly, right? Then when I push this down, it doesn't take any strength, okay? So I want to think about being here and here, hand on the hip, hand on the knee in the butt, turn, put your weight into it, okay? Then you can pop up for this or come around how you want to come around, okay? So we got that kind of. So we got closed guard. And I got more. There's Oh, there's a lot more. You're gonna be here for 2 more hours. I'm just kidding. Okay. Another one is to control the arm, right? Like I'm sure a lot of people that have been around jiu-jitsu for a long see the 2-on-1, right? I pin the arm into the stomach, okay? And then I'm gonna step up with this foot because now he can't grab that foot. All right, I just want to control one aspect. I don't care if he grabs one of my feet, I just don't want him to grab both of my feet and do the dummy sweep to me, right? So then I step up here and then I step up here, okay? So now I'm open there, right? If he does happen to grab my foot, like when I step up with this one, I want it back. I want this one close because he can't reach it. I want this one back, okay? But if I mess up and he does grab this foot, right? Okay, and I mess up and I lose this hand and he grabs this foot. Okay, here's where everyone makes the mistake. And what is it? They try to kick their foot backwards, right? They try to kick their foot backwards, they extend their leg, and then they put themselves in their butt, right? So I want to kick my legs forward anytime someone grabs my ankle. Okay, forward because he can't control it, right? Look, how does he grab my feet? Like this, right? So going backwards is strong to him, okay? Look, going forwards makes it come off every time. So go forward to come backwards, okay? So, and then the last one's just my favorite one, which is getting the knee through the middle, which takes a lot of practice, okay? Depending on your reach and your height, armpits, rib cage, okay? Right here, look, under, that way the hands can't slide, or you can go for the hips, okay? Whatever it needs, but you're gonna back up and your chest is gonna come down. If you notice, even there, his legs opened up. Typically, people are gonna go to a high guard, so he's gonna like come higher with his legs. It doesn't matter, we just need to pop up, knee, in, elbow, and knee together, okay? If he keeps his legs closed here still, okay? All you have to do is hand on here, and this is gonna open, right? It doesn't have to be fast. You can put your head on the mat, here, okay? Pass. Make sense? So kind of like 3 different closed guard passes. So now let's break into groups and think about, do you want to practice escaping 50-50, doing the DARS, escaping side control, getting out of closed guard, right? Those 4 things. And then Ryan and myself or whoever else will come around and help. Drill those until we start positional rolling. Or if there's something else you want to work on it and you've been around it long enough, drill that. But we need to work on drilling and putting more reps in. Hold each other accountable, right? If we're partners, look, I'm gonna do 50 of this side control escape rep. You're gonna do 50 darces. Let's get it done. And then we drill that, okay? All right, let's go. Chad, stop talking. Tyler, take him out. How many go on each group? It don't matter.
Is it on me?
2, 3, 4.
I'm really good. Your battery's almost dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you know what happened.